Welcome back to Cannes Lion 2007. When I earlier today passed the Majestic Hotel, just bumped into some of this industry's most influential people. And of course I decided to eavesdrop on their conversation.
Talking of that, $10 billion has changed hands in the last few weeks around data and analytics companies.
You need to buy this company, you need to buy it now. And so people have paid very high prices to convince themselves it's important to own those companies because there's something strategic you get from them, which is basically insight into internet data and internet tools, software tools that you can use for digital advertising. So whether they've overpaid for those assets will only be clear in time.
Whichever data you sort of look at, whether internet in some markets is still only 2% of advertising spend. In the UK, obviously it's hit double digits. But do you see internet taking a bigger and bigger share?
If you look at the gap between the proportion of advertising spend that's allocated to the internet at the moment and the proportion of media consumption time in terms of 20% of people's time being spent on the internet and digital media, that's a big gap between, say, 7%. Which is the share of advertising and the share of consumption. So you've got to think actually at some point that's going to close, and actually so internet advertising is going to come up because we don't see people spending less time on the internet.
Another key player here in Cannes is Microsoft Digital Advertising Solutions, who is the main sponsor of Cannes Cyber Alliance. I met up with this fabulous lady who's running the show here, Amanda Anthony.
Personally, this is fantastic that cyber is now so important for the advertising industry. Microsoft has seen the potential of the advertising industry. I don't think it's any secret that certainly over the last year and a half that both Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer have talked openly about moving from developers to advertisers. It's kind of Steve Ballmer's mantra. The Cyber Lions winners last year, we had examples from Nike, Burger King, Activity. I mean, certainly the Honda Guru campaign a year and a half ago, that had a fantastic digital website, and the digital element was really, really great on that as well. Last year, oh my goodness, the industry got it. It was unbelievable. I think new stuff and interesting stuff always comes out. You just have to be good at listening and good at talking and good at knowing people. And I think that's the key to Cannes. You have to be out there in amongst it. Otherwise, you get no value from this event at all.
That's all for today. From the party scene, I can report there's still quite calm here in Cannes. And my guess for that is that most people who has already arrived are either jurors or presentators. So I think we're going to see a radical change in that tonight. I'll be back.